Lindau and the Stockholm Nobel are two different things, two independent things, but we thought it would be nice to have you with us today.
Thank you. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Simon France and I'm the Senior Editor for Nobelprize.org, which is the official website of the Nobel Foundation. We have all the official information about all the prizes since the first was awarded in 1901. And we do two things. One is that we act as a repository for information and have interviews with laureates and have all the lectures and all the things associated with the prizes that are given out every year. But we also create a lot of educational content too, from articles to multimedia productions to videos, and all feature on the site. One of the reasons why I'm here with Beatrice and Christian from Lindau meeting is that we're also involved in two things. One is a lot of social media outreach, especially around the time of the prizes, and more so in the last 12 months because we've taken this a conference project which covers a lot of similar ground to the Lindau meetings, where they have a lot of laureates that visit Lindau every year and talk to students, and 6 times a year we take laureates out to universities around the world, particularly places like India and China where they wouldn't ordinarily see a Nobel laureate, and they spend 2 days with students doing lectures, Q&As, talking face to face, and we're trying to find ways of capturing that spirit and continuing the conversation online through social media.
Okay, and I'm Christian. I work for the Lindau meetings, doing communications over there. So together with Beatrice, we set up the first conference blog 2 years ago. We're continuing this, and we went to Facebook and other stuff, and we would like to introduce to you, first of all, very shortly, what the Lindau meetings are about, because I think a lot of you haven't heard of them yet. And then we would like to talk about what we are doing online, and why we are here is we would like to get new ideas and some input, what we could do in order to take that interaction taking place in Lindau between Nobel laureates and young people to the online world. The meetings have a 60-year history now. They started in 1951, and they were founded by two physicians of the Lindau, of the city of Lindau, together with a count who was a member of the royal Swedish family. So they had this very special relationship to Stockholm, and the Nobel Prizes came, and this is a very special one until today. When it was founded, the idea was to get German scientists back to the international science, because after World War II, Germany was isolated, and they thought it would be a good idea to get international scientists to Germany and talk about cutting-edge science to German scientists. Over the years, especially beginning at the end of the 90s, the council who's organizing the meetings decided to put more emphasis on the internationalization of participants. So today we have about 80% of the participants coming from around the world, between 60 and 70 countries every year. There are 600 young researchers for every meeting, and about 20 Nobel laureates, 20 to 25. In 2004, they added the first meeting in economic sciences, and this year we're gonna have the third interdisciplinary meeting, which means we bring together Nobel laureates from the fields of physics, chemistry, and medicine together for 1 week with those young people. And we are expecting 69 Nobel laureates and 650 young people. So, what are our goals? Our claim is educate, inspire, connect, and that basically describes what the meetings are all about. They want to educate not only the young people, but also inspire Nobel laureates by bringing them together with the next generation of scientists. The connect part of this claim, we are just starting with things like social networks, and also thinking about an alumni system, which is not yet online, but will come very soon. Of course, we are fostering the dialogue between cultures and nations and between disciplines. So we'll have a lot of panel discussions, a lot of personal talks between different disciplines taking place at the meeting. Every meeting has in basic the same concept. They start on a Sunday, they run through Friday. The laureates and the young people are there for the whole week. We don't pay laureates. They come there for free. They invest 1 week of their time to meet those young people. And what they do is they have lectures in the morning, every day from Monday to Thursday. There are like 5-6 lectures a day about a topic they choose. So there's no overarching topic for the whole meeting. Every laureate decides what he wants to talk about. You have laureates talking about how they got to that discovery that got them the Nobel Prize. Others are talking about what they are doing right now in science, and others they just talk about what they are doing beside science. So last year we had this one Swiss laureate, Professor Ernst, who was talking about collecting carpets from Tibet and how he uses this hobby to educate monks in Tibet about science and scientific research.
May I ask a question? How do you choose Nobel laureates?
Well, we don't choose them, we just invite all the laureates for one discipline. Like there's one discipline every year. We had chemistry last year, the year before it was physics, and the year before medicine. So the next single discipline will be medicine again, but this rhythm is interrupted by this kind of interdisciplinary meeting. And then we just invite all the laureates for one discipline, and some of them might come and some of them are not. So I don't know how many laureates there are in medicine still living, but I would say about 80 or 90. So 1/4 of them at the end will say, yes, I come to Reno. Some of them aren't able to travel anymore because they're quite old, so but that's a good ratio to get them.
I have a similar question. How do you choose the young researchers, and how old are they?
Okay. We choose them together with an international network of partners that we have in a lot of countries. Those partners are like academies of sciences, universities, departments of science and technology. Like in the US, it would be the Department of Energy that is organizing the whole selection process. And then they go in their country, they do a call. Young people can apply for participation. And this organization does a first round of selection, choosing a number of people and is proposing them to the Lindau meetings. We have our own review panel again, and that is looking at these proposals, choosing from there those who are able to attend. We try to have as many countries as possible on this list. Sometimes it's quite hard actually to convince countries to do the selection process and send people. Sometimes it is also a question of money. We have some countries from like Latin America or Eastern Europe that would like to send people, but then they say, well, you know, we can't just afford to send them this year because of the economic situation. So if that comes, we have our own foundation who might jump in and cover those costs. The young people are mostly between like 25 and 35 years old. So it's not only the young researchers that just started their studies, but also like postdocs. And because we have those cooperation agreements with many countries, we give them like quotas. So we don't compare somebody studying in the States with somebody studying in Bangladesh.